We now, ho, ho, we now, we now. The person to choose you don't win, no, we now. The person feels to win again, no, we now. We now, we now, we now, we now. The person they choose you don't win, no, we now. The person fit to win again, no, we know. See, Nollywood actors day library before I forgot. I don't follow American presidential election since they started. They say American presidential election because whatever affects America affects the world. I don't know if you know. Unless na PD the case, it might not affect the world. But whatever that is serious that affects America somehow affects the world. So now why some people they chook mouth waiting inside America business? Because those guys they have a way of, you know, they know how to they put hand inside things, whether it concern them or you know concern them. They know how to have their way inside things on things. So somehow, eh, this guy was even behind me listening to all this whole thing. So another one. Wait, there's plenty for here. If you get egg. So Donald J. Trump has won the American presidential election. Don't say I didn't tell you. Somebody go say they don't inform us on time. Oh. President Donald J. Trump just won what American presidential election. But you get one thing where they suit me about American election and all their campaign. You know, me being an African man, not just an African man, an active African man. I know how my people conduct their own elections and I know how they campaign for vote and voters. I really like America campaign and everything. I like as they do their campaign promises and things they were campaigning about. You know, you go see them everywhere at least. You see them for podcast. You see them for TikTok. You see them for IG, Instagram. You see them for YouTube. You see them for even as long as you have a crowd, you have people who listen to you. Those presidential aspirants, they will come to you to beg you to help them convince your audience to consider their plan for America. Now, waiting those guys just they walk up and down. They were begging people, real human beings, the people that really, you know, has influence on the people. They really, you know, see, I define those bird go. If you started watching from the beginning, you notice that some birds flew off from here. So I was hoping to find any of their egg. But as you can see, there is no egg, so we'll have to start going out. So during the election, I like how those guys campaigned. Harris, you get what Harris they do, I don't really like. Harris was kind of somehow manipulative, like in a way say, you go to campaign, the one, but I say the pity black community, the one they whine black community. No. Some of all those moves she made was kind of, no, you don't whine us. Black communities are the most powerful in the whole world, you get me? You come straight, when you're approaching people, you come straight, you tell them what you are coming to do. You don't whine them or try to tell them that you're going to pity them or no, you don't pity black men. We are too powerful to be pitied. You don't try that next time. So they go from place to place campaigning, preaching, telling people why they want to become president. But guess what? In Africa, they don't go place to place. They meet their godfathers. They meet people that would put them into those power. They go from one backyard to another to meet men. Their men those men that has those men wey be say they carry nations pocket for their kitchen. Now those men wey our own aspirants, political aspirants, now those men they move from their house, one house to another, one compound to another. Now how our own political aspirants did they move? So once they don't meet their own godfathers and they don't approve them, that is why you go to hear during the election, you go to hear one man go tell you, say, you will never become whatever you want to become. Because the man feels that he has the final say. That is the only in Africa. And now when people follow people talk, I say, why be say our own case be like this? We are these people created first. I want you to tell you, say, the kind of campaign promises where American leader, political aspirants, the kind of campaigns they move with. Their campaign promises. You're going to hear political people telling you, political aspirants telling you, say, their campaign promises, they will tell you things like, we will make sure that we will fight against human trafficking. Listen, no, American campaign promises. They go fight for what? They go fight against human trafficking. They go tell you, say, we go fight against ammunition trafficking. They go tell you, say, we go control immigration. As people go to enter their country anyhow, they go control. And they go also tell you, say, they go work on the tax, you know, their economy. These are the campaign promises all these guys move about with. Yeah? See now, they say human trafficking, ammunition control. They also say drug trafficking. Now the kind of campaign promises these guys they talk for civilized nations now. They tell you human rights. They will have to enforce. Say they will increase human rights. Not this thing that they campaign about. Listen, you come onto this channel, you don't listen. Where they wrong go is something I can never fathom. You leave this channel running to where? Where are you running to? See the kind of promises these guys they promise. But when you see African leaders, 400 years later, they go still use water. They go still use electricity. They go still use road. 400 years later, African leaders go still use road. They go still use electricity. They go still use water. In the next 200 years, Nigerian, African leaders will still use the same road, the same water, the same electricity. In the next 400 years, African leaders will still use the same thing in campaigning all over again. Sorry, I hope. No. I'm sorry, you will know. Good morning. So that's the difference between American or European leaders and African leaders. African leaders know that we are just poor and we don't have anything reasonable. The only thing that matters to us is to eat, and they have understand this thing. So what they do is they always come. You see, our president leaders say what they do is mostly they give you rice. If you notice that anything that happens in our nation, what they do is they give us rice. Because they not say, nah, only food be our problem. So anything will happen now, presently in my country, now anything that happens, our presidents will give you rice. So you see the difference between American or European leaders or countries that has reasonable leaders. The difference between them and we is the fact that we don't actually know what we want. Yeah? We don't know what we want. I don't feel like for you. You see, if you follow all these guys, their elections and their campaign promises and all these things, you go see, say, Africans, we are far from, see, and somebody will say, Americans, they have had independence 250, 40 years, billion years ago. Do you want to tell me, see, in the next 300 years, African is going to move as in an inch, as in beyond where we are today? Do you know when I was born? Do you know that Africa is actually on backward, like we are on reverse? It's actually few countries in Africa that is not on reverse. I can tell you that 60 or 70, even 90% of African countries are on reverse. Reverse. In the next 200 years, they will still campaign with the same thing. road, light, water. Waiting be another of their mumu campaign promises, because they know that you don't even matter as a human being. They move to their godfathers from one backyard to another, moving Ghana must goes of dollars and pounds. They just move them. You get me? So if you don't learn anything from this American election, learn the fact that those aspirants, they were really bent on convincing the real human being. Because of course, probably their electorate is still working. Their what is it called? INEC. People that conduct the election, they are functioning. Probably they are still human. But you see, those that conduct our own election, if you watch them closely, you realize that they don't be like human beings. They are just after their own pocket. You get me? So I need you to get these things so that we could understand. Sometimes I go sit down and go ask myself, say, God created these people first before we. But the answer is no. You know? The answer is no. God didn't create anybody before anybody. It's just that what we have chosen, our decisions, we are always very carefree. We don't really care much about what happens. So, this election, I don't really follow. I don't follow the election well. So, and these are few among the many observations. You know, they see somebody like who was a former president, who is campaigning to become president again. They go to move about the rapport with ordinary TikToker. Some of them go even call me for phone. Say, okay, I want to join your YouTube live. Who was the former president? But they go to see ordinary councillor in Africa, a buffalo. A buffalo. He will never consider any human being, not those their godfathers, all those people who are seated one corner, acting like semi-god. You understand what I'm saying? So when you see something they happen, try to learn one or two things. Is the idea. Everything no be today. Everything no be patient or something and tomorrow. You need to learn some things. See campaign promises. Huh? Our people see the campaign with the same thing over 400 years. In the next 400 years, you see another group of swines go come through, go tell you, say, they go do road, they go do light, they go do swim pool. They might even tell you, say, they'll tell you they will buy you a brand new Okada. These are the things they mostly campaign with. They will buy you brand new Okada, or they buy you bags of rice, or they buy you semo, or they buy you beans. These are the things African leaders they use the campaign. Some of these guys, if you are near me, I will nod you. Some of African leaders, if I near you, you go collect nothing. Nothing will stop me from giving you nothing. These guys, if you see the way they talk, if you see the way they address people, you go know that these people deserve serious nothing. See that Nigerian Minister of Works, you see the way they follow people they talk? You see the other guy, FCT minister, Nigerian FCT minister, you see the way they follow people they talk? See a president of France, Emmanuel Macron. You know, they don't slap Emmanuel Macron like 3 times. Are you not aware? Emmanuel Macron don't chop slap from citizens 3 times. Are you not aware? When I see civilized nations doing things, I cry for Africa. You see, the problem we have is we. You go see somebody where they misbehave, where they next to you, where you go nod or give a small slap. None of you go do anything because you are sorted out. So anybody can do whatever he wants to do. See American presidents, see as Donald Trump and Harris, they run up and down. Everybody, they beg everybody, they lead down. Harris, they claim India. Donald Trump, they claim China. Everybody, they claim dual citizen. They claim things on things so that they can gather enough vote. But what do your own leaders do? They move from one backyard to another to drop Ghana must goes of pounds, dollars. later they come and tell you that you guys don't have money. You understand? Try to stay active, know what is going on. If today stay active fee costs you so much data, just log on to Nollywood Actors Day Library. You are covered here. You are covered. Here is the summary of IG. Here is the summary of TikTok. Here is the summary of FB, Facebook. Here is the summary of YouTube. So that we can carry you along, you can understand what's going on. Before they go sell your community, you no go know. If you follow us, the day they go sell your community, because the way Africa is going, sooner or later your community is going to be get sold. So when they are about to sell your community, we will inform you on this channel so that you can pack out on time. Because the way Africa is going, nothing if you make these people not go sell your community. It's either they have sold it already, they are in the process of negotiating the sale. You understand what I'm saying? So in summary, congratulations to President Donald J. Trump. You know, I think he was my preferred candidate, because me, I see myself as a future citizen of America. Even though I don't get hope now, but if it happens, everything is possible. So congratulations to Donald J. Trump, you get what I'm saying? So please, make una decide to hold the leaders accountable. And that is why I go one religious gathering last weekend. And the man was busy shouting on the pulpit, saying, God punish the devil, God punish the devil, God punish. See, these people, they whine. Most of the people who call our leaders are just whiners. They just keep whining. And that is why when you see us, when we see anybody where they see us, where they make sense, we not even pay attention, because we are used to whining. Please, my people, we need to start asking these people questions, because see, any council or any leader in Africa, where beside I get close to, it's either they put me for sale or you go collect nothing. Nothing will stop any African leader where I get close to from chopping nothing. You go chop nothing. Because these guys, see, the last time I was realizing that as a president, you have the power to employ either directly or indirectly almost 10,000 people to appoint 10,000 people as a president of any nation. And you also have the power to sack. So when you want to vote in somebody, make sure that you are actually voting in somebody who has good people also he or she can appoint. Because when you vote in somebody hoping that, okay, maybe you think that person is good, and when you know obviously that this person has this person's friends or groups or gang members are not very okay, you should not vote for such person. But at the end of the day, now that person with his gang go occupy your nation. So if the person no move money, his gang members or her gang members go move money. Please, we need to be more careful, more concerned when it comes to voting leaders. We need to be more concerned and more careful when it comes to voting in what? Leaders. Holy Ghost fire. Where am I? So that is it for American election. So you see, we have banana in this place. I need to move one. You know, I'm a mover. When I see things that are nice, I wouldn't mind to move things. But these are never mature to be moved. You get me? So my brother, let's learn from others doing well. You get one prime minister, don't forget the country, or president. The person is president. How can I try to be active? President, flood go scatter one place. Flood go scatter one place in his nation. He can Google it. So do you know what the people did? They actually attacked the president. Ajay. They attacked the president. If not, the man was on a bulletproof SUVs. They for do am wetin no good. They said the president didn't inform them on time. Just didn't inform them on time. It can never happen anywhere in Africa. Never, 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 never. Never. We don't hold anybody accountable. When they come out, we hear them. We come out our 2 slippers and 2 shoes. We raise our 2 hands up, we hear them. If I know not you. If I know not you.